Afternoon campers, welcome back. As you can see, summer 2023's finally made a late appearance. So what I want to do is I want to see if I can pack that lot into the back of that and go on a little adventure with a surprise guest. So stick around.
Vlogging me, vlogging you.
Aha!
Let's add some hot sauce. There should be a warning on this.
Fire!
Isn't it?
My aircraft is a Flylight bivvy which was designed with touring in mind, and so it swallowed up all of my camping gear with room to spare. Later on in the video I'll show you what camping gear I packed and exactly how it all fits into my little aeroplane. And in case you're wondering what on earth you're listening to, this is Flight the Bumblebee by Russian composer Rimsky-Korsakov. Let it not be said that I'm not trying to introduce a bit of culture into the channel. And what could be more appropriate than Flight of the Bumblebee while I'm getting my bivvy ready for a flying adventure. The weather on this particular day was very hot, and my aircraft was also quite heavy with fuel and luggage, so these two factors meant that my takeoff run was going to be longer than usual. So I backtracked to the very start of runway 19 to give me the most runway available. The takeoff run was noticeably longer, and initially the bivvy was quite reluctant to unstick from the ground. But we made it away safely, and so the camping adventure could begin. So whilst my wingman continues to have fun and games behind me, let me give you a better idea of where we're going. We've just departed from Darley Airfield, which is about 2 miles south of Ashbourne in Derbyshire, and we're going to be flying 30 miles south to Stoke Golding Airfield, which is set amongst some beautiful open countryside on the border between Leicestershire and Warwickshire. Our planned route takes us south from Darley Airfield under East Midlands CTA as we squeeze between Derby and Taton Hills ATZ before continuing south, overhead Cat and Microlight site, and then further southeast onto Stoke Golding. A total distance of 32 miles with an estimated flight time of 50 minutes. It's always huge fun flying in formation with a mate, and after about 45 minutes we had our destination in sight. Stoke Golding has one grass runway oriented 2608, and as the runway caters for aircraft way larger than ours, it's a whopping 525 metres long and a very generous 25 metres wide. We would be landing on runway 26, which is a right hand circuit at 800 feet. I'll speed up the landing process, but I'll show you how I performed my overhead join. The standard overhead join calls for a join at a height of 1,000 feet above the circuit height over the inter-wind runway threshold. As we were landing on runway 26, I crossed the runway numbers at 1,800 feet and announced my presence on the radio before beginning my descent to 800 feet on the dead side of the circuit to the south. After reaching 800 feet, I levelled off and turned crosswind back towards the live side of the runway to the north. I then turned onto the downwind leg of the circuit, again announced my presence and my intention to land on runway 26. After a quick trip around the circuit, I turned onto a final approach and set up for a landing. In case you're wondering what the circle shapes are that you can see, no, they're not as the result of any alien activity, but rather they're an area used for flying control line model aircraft. Thankfully though, they were not flying this evening, and they say they were not something that I had to contend with. Well, not a perfect landing. I'd probably give myself about 7 out of 10. Feel free to rate my landing in the comments section below. Initial impression of the airfield, one word: stunning. So as I take advantage of the bivvy's reverse gear and park up, I'm joined by my wingman. You've probably guessed who it is by now, but if you haven't, stick around, all will be revealed. Stoke Golding has been an active airfield since it was formed in the early 1960s, and since then it's remained in constant use by a variety of different aircraft types, and it remains active most weekends during the UK flying season. The nice thing about Stoke Golding is that it can and does welcome all different types of flying machines, from the fast and the expensive to the lighter end of the spectrum, such as paramotors and Flexwing aircraft like ours. The airfield is unlicensed and you do need to obtain PPR or prior permission before visiting. I'll put a link to their website with the details you need in the description below. You also need to familiarise yourself with a nearby airfield which can and has been mistaken for Stoke Golding. The airfield hosts a number of events throughout the year and actively encourages pilots to camp under the wing, which is what me and my compadre will be doing tonight. Talking of camping, this is not my first visit to Stoke Golding Airfield, having done this trip solo last year. Living reasonably close by, this gave me an opportunity to fly over Leicester city centre and also fly over my house, which is one of those bucket list items you just need to tick when you get your licence.
Well, I've already let the cat out of the bag and said who I'm flying with, but in case you missed it, I'm flying with this reprobate who, anybody that watches my channel will know who this fella is. This is Giles Fowler. We've got here to Stoke Golding. It's a beautiful evening. People have already beaten us to it. If you can just have a look over there.
We got gazumped.
We did get gazumped. Can you see that? Over there. We're going to be outdone in the tent stakes. I've already done the joke about erection. You'll see that on Giles's video, so I won't do it again. So we're going to get set up, and then what I'll do is I'll show you what I've brought with me, so you can have a look. So, see you in a bit. On the way down here, I said I'd show you what I'm bringing with me, what I think is essential just for the weekend. Not a lot, as you can see, but I'll take you through it. Especially what I've got here, I've got a tie-down set, which I'm probably not going to need tonight because there's no wind. But just for a bit of peace of mind, it's a tie-down set bought from Amazon. I'll put a link down below so you can see where you can get one of those. Brilliant bits of kit. You can stick this in the nose part of the aircraft and just carry it with you everywhere you go. So, tip from Giles Fowler. Thank you, Giles. So that's that.
Stuff again.
Hey?
Are you trying to vlog stuff again?
I should get sponsored by Amazon because everything I buy I get from Amazon. Anyway, my Amazon sleeping bag. It's just a very, very light 2-season sleeping bag. It packs down to nothing. It probably wouldn't do you over a winter, but I mean today it's absolutely baking, so I won't need anything more than this. But it packs down to nothing in a stuffer sack, so that doesn't take up a lot of room. A sleeping mat, because I've got a bad back and I don't like sleeping on a hard surface, so this is just an air mattress thing which blows up, and again it rolls down to nothing. It doesn't weigh very much, it doesn't take up a lot of space. Next thing I've got is my cooking set. This is brilliant, this thing. It's a little gas stove, gas bottles inside there, and it's got a couple of containers so you can heat water up to have your coffee and whatever else you want. Then the main thing is the tent itself. This is an Alpkit Soloist tent. I did quite a bit of research on this because I needed something that was going to be small and light, and after a lot of recommendations people said that get an Alpkit Soloist. So this is the tent that I used. Again, it doesn't take a lot of space. So the good thing about my tent is if you don't get on with your neighbours, for example Mr. Fowler, you can just pick it up and go and move somewhere else. Easy as that. Next thing is a folding chair.
Yay!
Yay! This is a Trekology. The last time I went camping I didn't take one of these and I missed it because I ended up sitting on the floor and I got a wet bum. So I got myself a chair. I'll put a link again from Amazon, you might have guessed. And again that folds down to nothing and it doesn't weigh very much. Next thing is a pillow because I like my creature comforts. Some of the smaller bits I've got is a charger, just to charge up phones and things like that. This has also got a solar panel on it as well, so you can charge this up in the sun as well. And it's got a flashlight on it if you ever needed that.
Oh, I've got a head torch.
I have got a head. Oh, shoot! No, I knew I'd forget something. Never mind. I have got a lantern, a little light there, which is also wind up as well. So if it goes flat, you can wind it up. And then essential food items, because you can probably tell I look after myself. This doesn't come natural. So food of choice is pot noodle, obviously. Those people that know me from work know that I like a pot noodle. Other noodle based pot snacks are available. And coffee, 3 in 1. It's not cup of soup, it's coffee, 3 in 1. Couple of breakfast bars, and then the most important thing, because I like a beer. Those that know me will know I like a beer. So that's just a little nightcap there, a little IPA, which is starting to get warm, so I'm going to have to crack this open fairly soon. Anyway, that's what I've carried with me. And what I'll do tomorrow, before we go, if you stick around, I'll show you how it all fits in a bivvy bee, which is surprising how much stuff you can cram in there. So stick around to the end of the video and I'll show you how it all fits. All the hard work's done. We're set up for the evening. It is promising to be an absolutely gorgeous evening here. I think we're in for a bit of a treat. Not only are we going to have a glorious sunset, but there's some really nice aircraft that are
Still using the Airfield. What is that? I've no idea, but it looks awesome. It does look awesome.
So we're going to watch those taking off. We've got ringside seats. We've got the finer things in life to look forward to, such as pot noodle. This is doner kebab flavoured pot noodle.
Channel or a food vlog channel?
I'm diversifying.
Yeah.
This was recommended by my mum. She told me I've got to try this, so this is for you, mum. And then, of course, that is going to be washed down by a IPA. So, not that I promote drinking, of course, because that's bad. Right.
I've got a J2O here. Fruit blend, orange and passion fruit.
Giles has got the right idea. Those that don't know, Giles doesn't drink. Yesterday we went to a wedding, which was a fantastic event. And this morning I didn't feel very, very well. And Giles was fine, so I think he's probably got the right idea. I think there's something in this, you know, this teetotal thing. I might try it. Only joking.
Aha!
That won't happen. Right, I'm going to finish my beer and have my pot noodle, and I'll speak to you later. Ta-da. I should have read it. It says add some hot sauce, not add all hot sauce. Oh my word. Wow. Well, this could be a challenge.
Did you lick the packet?
There was a little bit on the edge, and yeah, which was a mistake. Oh. Oh my word.
I had to steal his camera because that wasn't on film. Oh dear. Fire!
Shit.
Can I turn it off? What did I say earlier? Is this why women live longer than men?
Yeah, it could be.
Anyway, the reaction of that, I had to get on camera, so I stole his camera, so sorry for interrupting his video.
Oh. Look at that, almost good enough to eat. Almost.
Keep the hot water to cool your mouth down.
Right, I'll leave that to ferment.
Results in 10 minutes?
That was bloody hell, that was. I need another one of these. Oh, God.
A few moments later.
Food update. You look a bit flushed there, Paul.
It's hard work. My nose is blocked up.
Blocked up? I thought they were meant to clear it.
This is hard work, this is. There should be a warning on this. I like a challenge, but this is probably a step too far. It does actually say on here, to be fair though, add some.
And how much did you put in?
All of it. Oh, boy.
Unleash, what's it say on that? Unleash?
Unleash what's inside. And I just think that's probably a sign of things to come.
Enough hijacking your camera, sorry.
Okay, you might want to move your tent a little bit. Oh, dear.
So after I'd recovered from the raging inferno that is a doner kebab flavoured pot noodle, me and Giles went for a wander and went to explore the airfield, where we got to see some gorgeous looking aircraft. We also got to meet Tim, who was the chap we spoke to earlier on in the phone, to arrange permission to land. We then sat down and over a couple of beers put the world to rights and talked about all sorts of stuff, also whilst being treated to our own personalised air show. There's something magical about sitting in an airfield watching aircraft take off and landing against an amazing sunset, knowing that you've flown yourself into that airfield and that was going to be your home for the evening. There are definitely worse ways to spend your summer evening.
Morning campers, well, survived the night. It's turned into a beautiful morning here at Stoke Golding Airfield. Didn't have a great amount of sleep, if I'm honest. Our neighbours, who were just over there, other side of the airfield, they decided that it was perfectly okay to sing at the top of the voice at 4 o'clock in the morning hits such as Hi Ho Silver Lining, Agadoo and all the other great classics. So that was entertaining. But it did mean I didn't get a lot of sleep. Look at that sunset behind there, doesn't that look amazing? Anyway, I'm going to go and get some water, stoke the kettle up, have a brew and let the caffeine do its thing, and I'll speak to you when that's kicked in.
You know you need a coffee when you can't tell the difference between a sunrise and a sunset. I'm really not a morning person.
Just want to give Stoke Golding a bit of a recommendation, I guess. If you're on a flying tour and you're passing through the Midlands and you're looking for somewhere to stop over and looking for somewhere to camp for a night or two, then I'd definitely stick Stoke Golding on your list of possibilities. It's a superbly maintained strip. The guy that runs it, Tim, is super friendly, super helpful. I'll put his contact details in the description below. The nice thing about Stoke Golding is that they are really accepting of our type of aircraft. Previously, me and Giles, the first place we tried this weekend, were quite happy to accept us until we told them that we fly SSDR aircraft. And as soon as we said that, they said, no, sorry, not allowed. They said it was due to insurance and planning purpose reasons, which, yeah, it's quite plausible. So anyway, but Stoke Golding don't seem to have that issue. And it seems that if it flies, it's welcome. Or certainly that's the impression that we've been given. I don't know who is responsible for maintaining this airstrip or who does the mowing, but whoever it is, they're doing a cracking job. The runway is like a bowling green all the way along. It was an absolute pleasure to land on it. In fact, Giles enjoyed it so much, I think he landed on it 3 times. Oh, we'll have to check that out on his video, see if he puts it in or not. We'll see.
After an instant replay, it turns out Giles only owes Tim for 1 extra landing.
More often than not, I miss this time of day. I'm normally tucked up in bed or at work or just finishing work. But this is, what time is it? It's 7:45 in the morning, and everybody else is asleep. The noisy neighbours are all working on their hangovers. No signs of Giles yet, so it's just me. And it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. It just makes you feel good. Makes you feel good. I'm going to go and have a look at those planes over there. I'm just having a good nose around the airfield, and I've seen a Shadow. I'm familiar with those, being a frequent visitor to New Farm. I've seen plenty of those. And then there's a Cessna 150, and I just love the registration number of it. Let me show you.
Have it.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I've just spotted something in the window. It's for sale. Slightly out of my price league though, unfortunately, but never mind. Never mind, one day maybe. I was just sat down last night having a beer with Giles. Giles had a text message from somebody he knows. Giles seems to know everybody. Who said, oh, my Shadow's based at Stoke Golding. And here it is, we found it. I can't remember who it belongs to. I'm sure the name will appear in the comments section down below. If it's yours, then stick a comment down. So why go flamping? What's it all about? Why do you do it? Well, my reasons are quite simple, really. Firstly, I enjoy flying. And I enjoy it. Look at that windsock. Absolutely flat calm. Yeah, I enjoy camping. I enjoy flying. So the idea of mixing the two together just seems to make sense, really. It's a great way to relax. If you're in a busy, hectic, stressful job, then this is just a great way just to decompress at the end of a busy week. There's also something magical about realising that wherever it is that you are, you've flown there rather than driven there. Giles was saying this last night. He said he would have no idea how to drive from here back to Darlingmoor Airfield. Absolutely no idea whatsoever. Because we didn't use the road network, we didn't have to. We're not limited to that. So that's why I do it anyway. The man is awake. It's not pretty.
Yeah, pretty.
Morning, mate.
Morning.
How'd you sleep?
Wonderfully.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't hear our neighbours over there then?
I heard them at 3 when I woke up.
Oh, and 4. And 5.
Once I'm out, I'm out.
No. Oh well.
You did have a good night's sleep then?
Not the best, if I'm honest. Never mind. Right, what I thought I'd do, just before I go back and I'm packing up, is I've showed you earlier on what I brought, but what I thought I'd do is show you exactly where it goes in here, because people that haven't seen these things up close up might be surprised at just how much space there is. So firstly, there's a little box here which you can get all sorts of little bits in. There's loads of room in there. All your small bits can go in there, and then I've got this bag up here which can take a load of stuff as well. You can put all sorts of stuff in there, but then the main bits, I'll walk around this way, and you can see the main stuff that disappears is if you take the seat off one of these things, you can see you have got an acre of space under here. There's nothing under the seat, there's nothing behind the tank, so things like your chair can just go in there, and again your tent can just go in that side, and I've still got more room for more stuff. So a lot of the stuff goes behind the seat. I've also got, there's which I didn't even know about until Giles pointed it out to me, there is space under the nose cone under here as well for things like my tie down kit. So my tie down kit lives in there, it stays there, I just forget about it, and then if ever I need it, I've got it. And all of this stuff goes in there with room to spare. I could have brought more beer, I'll know for next time. Anyway, I'm going to end my video now. It's a bit of a schoolboy error, I forgot to charge my helmet, so there'll be a bit of video of me flying back, but no audio, maybe a bit of music. I'm going to end this one here. Hope you've enjoyed it, and please leave a comment if you feel like you need to. Feel free to give me a like and a subscribe and all that good YouTube stuff, and I will see you on the next one. Cheers, see you later.